1 degree outside meteorologist Danielle Noyes with your forecast, taking some time with the kids to kick off summer here, but the weather never stops, so we're still bringing it to you just in a little more casual form this week. This is your pattern predictions video, a look at the next 2 weeks of weather, which takes us through July 4th weekend. I can't believe we're already there. Busy time of the year. Of course, you can get the 2-week forecast right in our free 5-star rated weather app. But this is the why behind the forecast, what you may see shift or change a little bit in the coming couple of weeks. And if you watch this video, most of the time we start with this map. What is this? Height to 500 millibars. What is that? Why is it useful? Well, if you go up in the atmosphere, this map shows how high up you have to go to hit that pressure level. And a thicker layer of the atmosphere represents a warmer layer. A thinner layer, you don't have to go up as high to reach it, means colder air is coming in. So the purples and the blues here represent cold air. There's not a ton of it across the country. All right, warmth is the big story, particularly across the southern plains, into the southeastern United States, into the mid-Atlantic. We're kind of on the cusp of it. There is a storm center and cool air that's going to come out of Alaska and into the Pacific Northwest. As we head into the last couple of days of June, you see that blue kind of globe on the map. Where does that go? That lifts up into central Canada, out ahead of it, allowing for a lot of warmth, in fact, some record-breaking warmth to build into the central and eastern United States. But we're kind of on the cusp of that. You notice there is still some cool air that tries to build out of eastern Canada. So the bottom line is we do get a warmer trend overall, and you'll see that here in the average 2-week temperature forecast for New England. The coolest day is actually the 23rd. So if you're watching this recording a little later, it's with this area of rain and this area of low pressure going by, lower 70s, even some 60s underneath those bands of rain. But then we come up near or slightly above average. Through the end of the month, temperatures upper 70s, low 80s, and then we build some more warmth that comes in. Mid to even some upper 80s towards July 1st, 2nd, and the 3rd and 4th looks like we'll be in the 80s too. There are some signs we may get a little bit of an onshore wind. So if that's the case, of course, the coastline will be a little bit cooler than everybody else through the interior. So those are the daytime highs. Overnight lows, similarly, coolest mornings, 23rd, 24th, 25th, when we'll be in the upper 50s, and then we're generally running right around 60 degrees through the end of the month, and then actually well into the 60s for overnight lows through the first week of July. What about the jet stream? Because that, of course, steers storms. And it's a pretty zonal flow. What I mean by that is no big dips or ridges that build in over the coming couple of days, and then we do see that storm that dives into the Pacific Northwest. That may actually promote some strong to severe thunderstorms in portions of the northern plains for the last couple of days to end the month. Then what I have stopped here is on July 4th. Where's the jet stream? It's nearby. And so that does mean we turn into more of a classic summer pattern with the jet stream bringing disturbances, some warmth like you saw building in, and some humidity too. It's not overly humid, but I do see signs of some humidity building in towards the end of this week. So that's the Friday time frame as we head towards like the 24th, 25th, and then again towards the 4th of July. There's no extended humid stretch coming up. But that will promote, of course, the humid air, showers and thunderstorms. So this is the precipitation forecast, and there's pretty good agreement that we see like a widespread 2 to 3 inches across New England. But a lot of that, again, falling with this disturbance that's coming in. Then it's more kind of crop up scattered stuff. There are some signs that we may see some locally higher amounts, obviously, in any of the training thunderstorms or the heaviest downpours that come in. So we may end up near average for precipitation through this 2-week stretch, which actually would be welcome news, of course, for drought-stricken areas and the moderate severe drought that we've had in portions of southern New England. What about the percent chance of precipitation? It's highest to start this period, drops as the low pressure goes by, goes back up. That's one thing I do want to mention for the Friday and upcoming weekend. So the 27th, 28th, I do think there are going to be, just like this past weekend, kind of some pop-up hit or miss, general kind of type thunderstorms, garden type variety, you would say, that pop up. Don't ruin the day, but you'll have to kind of keep an eye on the radar. Then it lowers again as we head into the last couple of days of June before it rises again. Again, the first few days of July, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, with a surge of humid air coming back, some of that warmth coming back in. So that will promote at least a chance for more of those thunderstorms coming into the mix. So we'll keep you posted on everything, of course, heading into the July 4th holiday week. And you can always watch us anytime, anywhere, on our 24/7 streaming network. Always at onedegreeoutside.live at the top of our app and on your TV. Open up the YouTube app and search 1 Degree Outside Network.
Thanks so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this 1 Degree Outside video.
Get exclusive content, support the mission at membership.onedegreeoutside.com. And don't forget, free and 5 stars on the App Store and Google Play. Search the number 1 Degree Outside weather.